Greed. What is it? When I think of greed, I think of that kid in class who sees a mechanical pencil on the ground and picks it up after already doing that with 4 other pencils because he forgot his pencils, and then the recycle repeats tomorrow. Yeah, that's greed. And in this video, we'll go over the greediest people in all of creation. First is Nami from One Piece. This bitch here charged Zoro a 300% interest rate. Mind you, the absolute highest a bank can go for interest for extremely, insane situations is 200%. And this went 100% higher than that. But that's not even the worst part. After Zoro left to go get his swords with that loan, he ended up getting lucky and didn't have to buy any. So later, the same day, not even 12 hours later, he gave Nami that same 100k back untouched. And she still asked for interest. Like, she loves money so much, she can turn her eyes literally into money signs. It's almost as bad as Isabella is for Phineas.
When she looked at you, her pupils actually formed little hearts. Like, I do not know how that is physically possible. She changed her eyeball.
Hell, in the beginning of the series, Nami learned that this princess had her kingdom in a civil war. A pirate was plotting on her dad. His whole cover was just blown by the evil organization she worked for. And she asked for $1 billion to help. Nami really said to her face, "F your country, yo daddy, and you. I'm getting that paper." And honestly, respect the bag chasing as a fellow bag chaser myself. In most of my videos, I talk about fictional people. But in this one, I have to mention my GOAT, sadly. Kobe. Because he was one of the greediest players I have ever witnessed with my eyes. Here, I'll give you 2 play-by-plays to explain the pure insanity of this man. Now, commentary nonsense here, covering the 2 play-by-plays. The first one is Kobe vs. the Bull on the Christmas special, and it is down to the last couple of seconds of the final play of the game. Kobe starts top of the key right here. You see? And this was during the area where the only person you cared about was Kobe. Cuts. Okay, so you see here, 3 defenders in the paint. Kinda is gonna sag off in case someone needs to drive. Has 2 full-on defenders, which means there should be an open guy that could be on the floor in a second. Okay, looks at the basket. So, checks the clock, like you said, checks the clock. 2 seconds left on that clock. So, what does he do? 4 of them are in a box formation covering that paint, and 1's at the top. Runs. All 5 say, "F it. We're going to take Kobe on 1. And he just says, "I'm going to go for it. Open. Could have passed there. Would have been an open shot. With a second left, that's more than enough time to shoot." And said, "Nah, I'm going to do it anyways." And then blocked. What? Bruh, come on, man. I love Kobe, but look at this. This is just bad. This is terrible. This ain't even the worst one. Bruh, come on. Okay, now this play is even worse somehow. And, you can't even explain this. Just look. Kings, Darren Collins, who shoots the free throw. Misses it, of course, because it's the Kings. Kobe catches the play. There's 2, I'm going to just say that's 5 seconds left. This is very old imaging. So, I think that's Nick Young and just, I think Boozer, I believe. Just all, and Linsanity. This is, I think, Linsanity. So, all of them coming up the court at the same time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't care about any of them. They don't give a shit. 5. That is actively an entire team with 2 seconds left. He could have passed it. Says, "Nah, fuck it." Dribble. Stops. Could have, ironically, kept driving. But stops and says, "Fuck it. I'ma pull that." Craziest part, he almost made that. That's why he's the GOAT. Had he made that, that would have been the craziest make of all time. You had an entire team on you and you still made it. Now back to the fictitious characters. And in my next draft pick is a top greedy character would be Stanford Pines, the man of mystery himself. Someone with a rap sheet even longer than Bill Cipher somehow. He is such a good con artist and scammer. He scammed a godlike being into a handshake with the wrong number of fingers. How do you even do that? You're Stan the man. That's how. Stan is so down bad with greed, he had a tourist come in and Stan tried to sell him something and he kept turning it down. So Stan was fed up with the and drugged him and then put him in a box as an attraction to get more money. There was a stack of money on the table that Mabel had earned from beating the absolute dog out of some unicorns. And then Stan, out of frame, wasn't in the episode really, full sprinted and grabbed 80% of that stack yelling, "Money! Money! Money! Money!" He sold out his literal grandniece to his arch rival for a bad. Bud Gleeful was making a deal, and Stan was still on the fence about selling out his grandniece until for some reason the sad clown picture was thrown into the deal, and he took it immediately. He's a monster, and I love it. He just stays scamming everyone that walks into his shop. Friends, family, tourists, you, her, everybody getting scammed. He's like Oprah of getting scammed. Nobody's getting saved from that. And the tourists eat it up. They can genuinely see a monster in the shack and think it's fake, but they ate up that 6-packalope. Wordplay. Stan is one of the greediest people, but I would like to also nominate him as the greatest scammer in the world because his literal entire fortune comes off of scams. Now, next on the chopping block for greediest man is a man that literal name is what this list talks about. Greed from Fullmetal Alchemist. I honestly shouldn't have to explain why he's in this video because, his name. But I'll tell you why Greed is on here. Greed is two different characters, but I'm going to lump them together since they came from the same soul. And you might be asking, how are two different characters with the same name and same soul? And I say to that, go watch Fullmetal. It's worth it. But the entire existence of Greed in Fullmetal Alchemist is wanting everything. Not one thing, not something he can't have. No, he literally wants everything in the entire world. He saw his chimera as his property. Seeing them as human beings, living creatures. When King Bradley sliced them down, all he was upset. And not because his friends died. It was at the fact that he lost his property. This is insane levels of greed. If it has value, he wants it. As he said, he craves the finer things in life. Hell, his full name is Greed the Avarice, which literally means greed the greed. He has it in his name twice just to prove a point of what he is. And while he is not the greatest depiction of greed, he is certainly one of them, and my favorite one at that. Now, these next two you can put in contention for the GOAT of the most greedy person to ever exist. And this one, I will give you his introduction by telling you his oath. What's mine is mine, and mine, and mine, and mine, and mine, and mine, and mine, not yours. That oath belongs to the one and only being Larfleeze, the Orange Lantern, or better known as the Lantern of Greed. Larfleeze's entire being is greed. If you know DC, you know all the Lantern Corps have a lot of members, right? Yeah, well, the Orange Lanterns only have one. Literally, he is so greedy that he won't let his Lantern Corps grow in strength and number only because he doesn't want to share it. But honestly, to him, that won't matter because of his power. That, you guessed it, is greedy. His power lets him steal the beings of whoever he's killed and turn them into his constructs. What? So you're telling me if I get into a fight with the big Larf, he then whoops my ass because he's very, very strong, kills me, then steals my being to work for him? I'm not doing that. No. Now, last but certainly not least, Mr. Krabs. How could you not have him? I know y'all have been waiting all video to see this stingy man. Well, here he is. But seriously, Mr. Krabs' rap sheet is about as long as a Mr. Beast receipt in one of his videos. There is an episode where SpongeBob runs into Mr. Krabs in an empty parking lot, and SpongeBob asks him what he was doing. And all he was doing was just enjoying the free parking. And then a little later in that scene, he saw that Gary has a magnetic power towards money and said to SpongeBob why he doesn't use that. And SpongeBob was like, it hurts Gary and he could never do that. Then with the biggest shit-eating grin, he says he could in front of SpongeBob, then literally spends the entire episode robbing people, like stealing money from everyone. And at the end of the episode, he dressed up as a pregnant woman to rob a casino just for coins. Like, look at Gary's eyes, that's like screwing him up. And there's a whole episode where he literally goes to a greed con. Get it? Where it shows all the other Krabs as fellow penny pinchers. So Krabs asked SpongeBob to help him with the convention, so they have to prove how he is the cheapest of them all. First of all, he ships himself and SpongeBob using a 1-cent stamp, then scams a tip out of the bellhop by swiping the quarter he tipped with back. And the thing that got him nominated was his advertisement of free Krabby Patties. Now, how would giving free stuff be cheap? By charging $1 per footstep. And bro over there is just being stupid. Like, he's just ding, ding, ding. Now, when he lost for some reason, he thought to himself, why not steal the room? Not the stuff in the room, not a lot of the bigger things around the room, like the pictures and stuff. No, the actual room. Literally tearing the walls apart just to be cheap and somehow fitting it in 2 suitcases. Alright, editing nonsense here. And I'm back. And I just have to show you this one more thing that I forgot to add in my video. But I didn't talk about it in my last video with the crash outs. But I just want to talk about this scene one more time about Mr. Krabs' dime where SpongeBob goes off on him. You could see SpongeBob goes off on Mr. Krabs and shakes him, and then his dime falls out of his pocket, yet that has no monetary value. That's not a dime. That's not an actual dime. That has 0 monetary value on display, yet he freaks out over it. It's not even a dime. I don't get it. And now, his worst offense is the shameless, heartless selling of his #1 worker, fan, and honestly friend for 62 cents. Actual pocket change. The Flying Dutchman quite literally dug his hand into his pocket and said, here. And Mr. Krabs said, that's enough for his soul. What? See, now, after that, if I saw Krabs ever again, he'd have to run the fade. He was so greedy, he made Squidward stand up for SpongeBob. Alright, so that was the video, I guess. So, make sure to like and subscribe or whatever. Just do you, I guess. See ya.